Verse 83, if Allah brings you back to a group of them, they seek permission to march, you say to them, you shall never march with me ever after, and shall never fight an enemy in my company. Who's being spoken to? Who's the addressee? The munafiq. The munafiq. So within the Muslim community, the munafiq is being addressed in verse 83. You were happy sitting back. You were happy with sitting back the first time. Now sit. If you couldn't be bothered to help defend the Muslim Ummah, don't pretend to want to defend it now. Just be honest, sit back, don't waste our time pretending to be in the army. And never offer a prayer on any of them who dies. That's not in contradiction to the hadith. The hadith said, partake in their funeral ceremonies. Whose? It didn't say the munafiq. It said the wider Muslim community. The wider Muslim community are not all munafiqeen. They are different sects. They are brothers in faith. They are one with us and we are one with them. So this verse speaks specifically about those people who are the munafiqeen. Someone who has that characteristic in them. And never offer a prayer on any of them who dies. And do not stand by his grave. So the hadith does not contradict the verse.
So today who are considered as the munafiq?
People who claim to have outward faith, but on the inside they're actually trying to sabotage and destroy Islam. That's what a munafiq was then, right? Someone who claimed to have faith on the outside, internally they were trying to bring Islam down. If that person, Shia, Sufi, Sunni, was amongst us, and we know that, then the jurists would follow the pattern of this verse and say that we can't pray for them. We can't stand in Salat al-Janazah for them. The hadith isn't saying that. The hadith is teaching us how to make bonds with the mass community of the Muslims. And in our given context, in discussion, it is teaching us how to make bonds with the wider group within this country. We can partake with them. We should link with them in the joyous occasions of our religion. Any other questions, comments, criticisms?
Yeah, I wanted to go back about what the sister said earlier. It's highly recommended for us to make peace with other people from other religions and so on. But when it's time for us to be open to them, it's strictly forbidden for us to bring a non-Muslim people inside the masjid. So there
is this a masjid?
No, this is not a masjid. But in the case of a masjid.
Is this a masjid?
No, here is an imam barrier.
Right, so I'm saying you don't have that problem.
Yeah, but for the people who have this problem.
So when it is time to explain, and you have someone who has the understanding and the tongue to be able to explain to them why we have certain laws, boundaries, protections in our religion, we can do it. But for now, that's not your actual impediment. Does anyone understand impediment? Problem? It's not your first problem. The first problem is bringing them here, embracing them. Yes, we will deal with it. But the first issue is not to create a barrier. The first thing is to break down the barrier and bring them here. Now, is that area masjid?
I don't know.
Sorry? No. So we have a lot of options that we can bring them to show them our faith. Have an open door event. Now, when we finish, the organizers, inshallah, will circulate something from a Zahra Center in Canada, Vancouver, Canada, where they created an open door event and they invited all of their neighbors to come and see Islam, and they had various stands, and you could go to this one and they were trained to speak on one topic. And you go to the next stand and the people of this stand speak on one topic. This one will be Quran, this one will be Hajj, this one will be Hijab, and so on and so forth. There's a lot we can do. The purpose of the mosque is a social center. It was always intended for people to come to. What we have done is close off our doors because we've made ourselves afraid. We need to break that. There's no reason for us to fear. We should welcome.
We things from them and send them to you by email. But we need something from you. I can say thank you to them and they'll say, yeah, they'll appreciate it. What's valuable to these people is growth. They want to know how you felt. So if you take a picture of that, okay? That should get you a link to a web form. It's not long, trust me, it's not long. Don't take my picture here. Picture of a form, fill it in tonight. We will close this form 9 AM UK time tomorrow. 9 AM UK time, so about 10 o'clock right here. It's fine. We will close the form. You have questions to answer. How was the food? How was the venue? How was the speech? What advice would you give them if they're doing it again? Very simple questions. Please be polite. Okay? Yeah. There's a small box which says, if you want to receive some of the links to the videos, put your email address, some of the links to the slides. We will send all the videos out, including the one of the dancing in the Kazakhs. We will send the videos out so you have something, because there was a lot and it's helpful to reread it. And we just wanted to end with two things. I'm not going to say anything about them. You are intelligent people, you can read and you can draw your own conclusions. Right, so I'm going to show you two slides. Once everyone's taken the photo, everyone happy? Yeah? I'm going to say it's 2-0 because for some of us we've been here twice this year and none of you have visited Birmingham yet. And it's well known, there are lots of hadith that Birmingham is next to Jannah. Next. One above, right? Next. Very many hadith. So please come and visit us. We will let you in the mosque, don't worry. I just want to say thank you on our behalf. We really, really have enjoyed all your hospitality, wonderful food, your smiles, your attention. And also, if we've done anything that's been short, we've not understood what we said, we've taken too much time, we've overrun, these things, please find it in your heart to forgive us, because that's what we really need. Thank you.
Very much for attending. To be honest, we didn't really expect so many of you, especially young people, to attend, and it's really nice and really positive to see so many of you engaged. I personally would have really struggled to be very, to concentrate the whole way, but you guys were just amazing. So I wanted to really apologize as well to the Paris people who were organizing it, because I was really on their head all the time, texting, because we had a few shortfalls, but I really do apologize, and if I've said anything or anyone from the youth desk has said anything to anybody, please do find in your hearts to forgive us. If there is anything, any project, any follow-up event that you would like to have here in Paris, please do not hesitate to speak to anybody from the UK, and inshallah we'll work to delivering it for you, just like we did it today. But thank you very much. Salam alaikum.
Nous espérons tous que vous avez apprécié, que vous avez su tirer profit de tout ce qu'on nous a dit, que vous avez trouvé ça intéressant. J'espère que vous n'avez manqué de rien. Excusez-nous si quelque chose manquait. Et puis nous espérons avoir l'occasion de faire d'autres conférences ou vous voir pour d'autres événements. Et puis, dear guests, it was a great pleasure to have you among us. and we really are very grateful. We thank you for your smile. It was really interesting. It was an amazing weekend, really. And Sajda, Hasnain, Sajjad, Sheikh Jafar, last time when you was here to the coej meeting, I said you that you should come here whenever you want, and you did come, and we hope that you will come again and again.
Thank you very much.
And really thank you, it was really amazing, very interesting, and we hope that you enjoyed your stay in Paris. And forgive us if something was missing, if we didn't speak a fluent English, and we hope to see you
Your English
soon.
is better than Sajjad's.
Thank you. Salam.
Nafsak, O Allah, grant me ma'rifah, cognizance of yourself. فَإِنَّكَ إِن لَمْ تَعَرِّفْنِي نَفْسَكَ لَمْ أَعْرِفْ نَبِيَّكَ. For if you do not grant me cognizance, ma'rifah of yourself, I will not have cognizance of your Prophet. Allahumma arifni rasulak. O Allah, grant me cognizance, ma'rifah of your Prophet. فَإِنَّكَ إِن لَمْ تَعَرِّفْنِي رَسُولَكَ لَمْ أَعْرَفْ حُجَّتَكَ. For if you do not give me ma'rifah of your Prophet, I would not have ma'rifah of your representative, the Imam of the time. Allahumma arifni hujjatak. O Allah, grant me cognizance of the Imam of my time. فَإِنَّكَ إِن لَمْ تَعَرِّفْنِي حُجَّتَكَ. For if you do not grant me cognizance of the Imam of the time, ذَلَلْتُ عَنْ دِينِي, then I would be sent astray from the religion of God. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليك يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا خديجة الكبرى. السلام عليك يا إمام حسن المجتبى. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله الحسين وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا إمام زين العابدين سيد السجاد. السلام عليك يا إمام محمد الباقر العلوم. السلام عليك يا إمام جعفر الصادق. السلام عليك يا إمام موسى الكاظم يا باب الهوائج. السلام عليك يا إمام علي بن موسى الرضا. السلام عليك يا إمام محمد الجواد. السلام عليك يا إمام علي الهادي. السلام عليك يا إمام حسن العسكري جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا حجة الله يا ابن الحسن يا صاحب العصر والزمان سيدي الأمان من فتنة الزمان. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا كعبة الإيمان. السلام عليك يا إمامنا وإمام الإنس والجان. سيدي متى ترانا ونراك عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهور الأمر. السلام عليكم يا أهل بيت النبوة جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Mais il n'y a que deux plans en fait. Moi je fais
Just some more of you want to like join in the center. Do one of you want to join them as well? That's yeah.
Before the mission begins.
Assalamualaikum Rasim Bhai. Jadi masyaallah di dewasa tu apa seminar kan? Ibarat macamnya su hasil kerang kelkombo.
Après ça,
Français oui.
alors, ça a été très très enrichissant. Ça a été l'occasion voilà, de voir un peu comment aborder les questions qu'on peut nous poser. Voilà, quelle attitude avoir vis-à-vis de notre environnement extérieur. Ça nous a aussi donné quelques idées à appliquer concrètement pour voilà, nous ouvrir aux autres, comme par exemple faire des banques alimentaires, organiser des dons de sang et ce genre de choses. Ça a vraiment voilà, été l'occasion de voir le vrai message à transmettre aux autres lorsque l'on parle d'islam et quelle stratégie adopter.
Et puis surtout on a un peu fait la pratique de l'anglais aussi.
Oui,
C'est une
exactement.
langue très très intéressante pour l'évolution
Oui,
de la
voilà,
vie
c'est
active.
ça, parce que oui, voilà, malheureusement, il y a beaucoup de documentation qui ne sont disponibles qu'en anglais, donc c'est aussi voilà, l'occasion d'avoir une pratique de l'anglais.
Est-ce que vous pensez qu'il faut refaire ce genre de séminaire?
Bien sûr, avec plaisir.
Inch'Allah, donc à la prochaine alors.
Inch'Allah.
Khuda Hafiz.
Hafiz.